Peppa and George were playing in the garden when Peppa noticed something was missing. Peppa, where are your shoes? Asked Mummy Pig. Oh, I've lost them, Peppa said sadly. Well, I'm sure we can find them. Maybe we should try the garden, suggested Mummy Pig. Everyone began the search for Peppa's shoes. Mummy Pig looked in the flower bed, and Daddy Pig checked the wheelbarrow, but the shoes were nowhere to be found. Peppa and George searched the flower pots, but still no sign of the missing shoes. We've looked everywhere, but we can't find them, Peppa sighed. Feeling sorry for Peppa, Mummy Pig said, your shoes were getting old anyway. Let's buy you a new pair. Peppa's eyes sparkled. Can my new shoes be red, Mummy? Of course they can, Mummy Pig replied. At Miss Rabbit's shoe shop, Peppa delightedly picked out red shoes. Wow, new red shoes, she exclaimed. Back home, Peppa showed off her brand new shoes to Daddy Pig and George, and everybody agreed they looked very smart. At bedtime, Peppa was so enamored with her new shoes that she refused to take them off. Peppa, are you sure you don't want to take your shoes off before bed? Daddy Pig asked. I don't want to ever take my new shoes off, Peppa insisted. The next morning, rain had left the garden wet and muddy, perfect for jumping in puddles. Peppa was torn. I can't play in the wet grass, George, she said, looking at her shiny new shoes. George happily jumped in muddy puddles, while Peppa watched yearningly. I'll put on my boots, Peppa finally decided, as she prepared to join the fun. Daddy, you've lost your glasses, Peppa exclaimed. Daddy Pig was not happy without his glasses, for he couldn't see a thing. I can't find them anywhere, he said grumpily. Peppa, George, help find Daddy's glasses, Mummy Pig suggested. The search was on. Peppa looked under newspapers, George checked the television, but no glasses. Upstairs, Peppa scoured the bathroom, while George peeked under pillows and in slippers, but they couldn't find them. Where could they be? Peppa wondered aloud. As Daddy Pig stood up, there was a clatter. There they are, Peppa shouted. Daddy, you were sitting on them. Silly Daddy, Peppa giggled as she handed the glasses back. Butterflies, worms, and frogs live in Grandpa Pig's garden, Peppa observed one day. Wow, what a beautiful butterfly, said Peppa, enchanted. Peppa wanted to play pretend. I'm a butterfly, she declared. George can be a wriggly worm, Grandpa Pig suggested. Soon, Peppa and George giggled as they wriggled and fluttered about. Suddenly, Peppa noticed a frog. Let's play frogs, she said. Peppa and George jumped around in muddy puddles, laughing and squealing. Frogs are the best, Peppa enthused. Excitement grew as snow began to fall. Mommy, can we go play in the snow? Peppa asked. Yes, but wrap up warm, Mummy Pig replied. Peppa and George bundled up and rushed into the white, creating footprints and playing snowball fights. After a particularly rough tumble, Peppa suggested, let's build a snowman, George. They crafted the snowman with sticks, stones, and a carrot nose. Mommy, Daddy, come look at our snowman, Peppa cried happily. As they admired their creation, Daddy Pig realized his hat, scarf, and gloves were missing. Where can they be? He puzzled. Peppa giggled, pointing to the snowman wearing Daddy's accessories. Oh, Daddy Pig chuckled. No wonder I'm cold. One day, George misplaced his favorite toy, Mr. Dinosaur. George was distraught, but Peppa knew just what to do. It's time for Detective Peppa, she declared. Peppa asked George where he'd seen Mr. Dinosaur last. In the bath, she pondered, but the dinosaur was not found. In bed, she guessed next, but still no luck. Then Peppa remembered how George loved tossing Mr. Dinosaur high up. Peppa spotted him almost stuck in a tree.